This lesson is about understanding the importance of a part of the quadratic formula that is known as the discriminant. Now, the discriminant is literally b squared minus 4ac. We've got to make sure that it's in standard form, and then we find this particular value. Now, if you know the formula, b squared minus 4ac is the radicand of within the formula. All right, so eventually what we're going to be doing is taking the square root of this. But what b squared minus 4ac, what the discriminant tells us, is what type of solutions we're going to have. So we're going to be asked to find the discriminant value, and we're going to be asked to find how many real solutions it tells us. Well, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, we get 2 real solutions. If it's equal to 0, we get 1 real solution, and if it's less than 0 or negative, we get no real solutions. And in Algebra 2, you'll learn what you actually get there is called 2 complex or imaginary solutions. So let's take a look at a couple of these, make sure that we're good to go. The first and most important thing is you got to make sure that your quadratic is in standard form first. So I know that this 12 needs to move over to the left. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2x squared minus 8x minus 12 equals 0. I now want to identify a is 2, b is negative 8, and c is negative 12, and I understand that from standard form. Now I'm ready to calculate b squared minus 4ac, which is again what we call the discriminant. I'm going to square b. b squared is 64. Take negative 4 times 2 times negative 12. All right, so this will give me 64. And then, let's see, that would be positive, because I got a double negative there. 8, so that would be 96. Add these two together, I get 160. Now, 160 is what we're going to call the discriminant value. Because it's positive, that tells us we have 2 real solutions. Or in other words, 2 exact times that it goes through or passes through the x-axis. Okay? Take a look at the next one. It is in standard form, but something unique is going on. I have a is 4. What's b? Well, there is no linear piece there, so b is 0, and c is 100. I'm going to find b squared minus 4ac, or the discriminant. I'm going to square b. Well, if I square b, I get 0. I have negative 4 times 4 times 100. All right, so that would be 0 minus, because there's only one negative there. 16 times 100, that would be 1600, or a discriminant value of negative 1600. Now that negative 1600 tells me that because it's negative, there are no real solutions. Right now, that's all we're trying to determine. What is the discriminant value, and then what does the discriminant value tell us? Now, the last problem here is definitely not in standard form. I'm going to move the negative 3x squared over to the left, so it becomes positive. And then I'm going to rearrange the order of these two so that I have the linear piece and then the constant piece. And now it's clearly in standard form. I know that a is 3, I know that b is negative 12, and I know that c is 12. Okay? I go to the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. I know negative 12 squared is 144. Minus 4 times 3 times 12, which would be 144 minus 144, or a discriminant value of 0. When the discriminant value is 0, that tells me there is one real solution. Or in other words, there is exactly one time that this graph touches the x-axis. And again, if you want to see the different graphic representations, I did include them right here on the video. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.